Have you ever heard of Choquequirao? Probably not. Even before I started planning my trip to Peru, I had never heard of it. But after stumbling across this remote archaeological site, I knew I had to add it to my itinerary. This was the perfect place for someone like me, an adventurer at heart who wants to explore off the beaten path and discover hidden gems. And if that's you too, then Choquequirao might be the perfect destination for you. Choquequirao is a stunning Inca ruin high in the Peruvian Andes Mountains. It sits at an elevation of 3,050 meters or just under 10,000 feet above sea level. This makes it almost 3,000 meters higher than Machu Picchu. The trek to get there is no easy feat either, but the adventure is well worth the reward. The hike to Choquequirao is a 4 to 5 day trek, depending on how many days you want to spend hiking. The trail starts in the small town of Choquequirao and takes you through beautiful scenery, including a lush cloud forest, high mountain passes, and stunning valleys. The trek is not for the faint of heart though. You'll need to be reasonably fit and have some experience with hiking. The trail is rocky and uneven, and there are steep drop-offs in some sections. Plus, you'll be hiking at a high altitude, so it can be difficult to catch your breath. But if you're up for the challenge, the views along the way are absolutely breathtaking. Along the hike, you'll pass through several different ecological zones. Start out in the cloud forest, where you'll be surrounded by mist and mountains. As you gain elevation, the landscape will change to a barren desert. Once you reach the high plains, you'll be able to see the stunning snow-capped peaks of the Andes. One of the highlights of the trek is crossing the Apurímac River by rope cart. This is a thrilling experience in itself, but the views of the canyon are absolutely stunning. You'll feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the raw beauty of the Peruvian wilderness. Once you finally reach Choquequirao, you'll feel like you've discovered a hidden gem. This is not a site that many tourists know about. In fact, during my visit, I was one of only a handful of people there, and that made my experience all the more special. Choquequirao is known as the sister of Machu Picchu, and for good reason. It's just as impressive and mysterious, but without the crowds. The ruins are located on a ridge with stunning views of the surrounding mountains. It really feels like you've stepped back in time and discovered an ancient civilization. There are temples, palaces, and other structures that are still standing strong after all these years. And while they may not be as well preserved as Machu Picchu, they're just as fascinating. Exploring the ruins is a humbling experience. You can climb up the stone walls and imagine what life was like here centuries ago. Or you can simply take in the stunning views and appreciate the engineering that went into building this incredible city. I highly recommend taking a guide with you when you visit. They'll be able to teach you about the history of the site and help you to understand its significance. Plus, they'll know all the best spots to take photos. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. If you're looking for an adventure and a chance to explore a part of the world that few tourists ever get to see, then I highly recommend trekking to Choquequirao. It's not an easy journey, but the stunning scenery and impressive ruins make it all worthwhile. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that you've discovered a hidden gem that most people do even know about. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your trip to Choquequirao today and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.